Hey guys, Binky here, coming at you with another game that I made here. This is a Pong clone, as you can see. There's two modes in it, single player and versus. And I got this pretty cool menu here. You can see some stars moving in the background. That's pretty much, there should be some little characters that float around, but they come in and out. So I'll just start the game here. And check out this sick music we got. My buddy Jack made this. It's pretty awesome. He's really talented. He just spit this out really quick, and I think it's pretty dope. He's really talented, so I'm grateful he was helping me out there. But this is basically, it's just freaking Pong. You can see the touchscreen controls there, those little circle, that circle there on the right side. That resembles, there it shows where I was touching the screen. I recorded this on my phone. It's a mobile game called Intergalactic Pong, and it should be out on the Android or the Google Play Store really soon, so you guys will be able to pick it up. I'm trying to sell it for 99 cents. I think it's a pretty good value. I paid 99 cents for worse mobile games. But I'm excited about it. This is my second game I've ever made using Unity, the Unity game engine. And I think this one has a lot more polish than the last one. I tried to make things scale better with different devices, and I just put a lot more work into it. I know it's super simple. It's just a Pong game, but I really tried pretty hard to make something kind of cool. You can see there's a little tweak to the original Pong where there's UFOs flying around in space. There's a little green alien in a flying saucer. There's like a what I've been calling the space cupcake. It was originally a jellyfish, but then I did a version of it, of the art, that ended up kind of looking like a cupcake bouncing up and down. And that's apparently what we have. It's pretty funny. He just dances up and down on the screen. Hopefully you can see him come out soon. But I'm just playing against the AI here. Wrote a pretty simple AI, but sometimes it does stupid things, and sometimes it's really good. I don't know. It's a pretty good level of difficulty, I think. There's only the one difficulty now. I wanted to do a couple more difficulties, and I think I will in the future add something like that in. We've been talking about adding a challenge mode where you kind of see if you can get a high score, or if I were really motivated, I have some more ideas. We'll see. I'll keep updating this with patches after I do a little bit of the marketing side for this game. Like, I'm making this video here just showcasing it, getting the word out. I plan on going back to my last game, doing some fixes there and just patching that up to be a little bit more polished. And then I'm gonna do probably some updates for this game right after that. I try and work in 2-week sprints now. That's what I've been kind of trying to work off of. A sprint, if you don't know, it's like you set out, very simplified version. You just set out with some goals, but you time box it. So you say, in the next 2 weeks, I want to accomplish these few things. And that's my sprint goals for sprint number 3 coming up. I think that's probably right. Or maybe this was my first sprint. I don't know if my first game was done in a sprint really, but I think it was. This, I completed it in 2 weeks. I just, I spent a lot of time on the art assets that ended up being kind of one of the more difficult parts. I'm not the best artist. I actually got my girlfriend a drawing tablet for Christmas, and I got it for her before I really started working on the games or anything. A month ahead or something. But then I realized, I was like, oh, I have this tablet that's going to be lying around. I'm definitely going to use that for the games. Once I realized I was trying to make art with the mouse, which is definitely doable. It really isn't You know, I don't think that anybody should let that, or, you know, yeah, let that make them not want to try doing game development. I think that would be foolish, because you don't actually need anything other than, you know, time and a computer to develop on. Because the art I drew with a mouse was actually just not any worse than this stuff, really. But it did take me longer, but it took me a long time to make art for this game too. You know, it's not like a drawing tablet doesn't make you better at art, to put it simply. But that was a lot of especially the background here, the swirling galaxy. That took quite a while, and other stuff that took a long time that it's kind of ridiculous because didn't end up perfect, but just things that take a lot of time. I was trying to add particle effects to a lot of things. The motion of the paddles here, I was trying a bunch of different things, and I settled on that I originally wanted it to be totally different, but as I actually got to trying to program the thing and do like particle effects, I was like, ooh, this is out of my league. So I picked something a little bit simpler, a little bit toned down, but I think that it looks pretty good, at least at this point. For instance, like the ball. Originally I planned on just having a 2D sprite for the ball, but then I ended up trying to animate a spinning planet, and it actually seemed like a lot of work, and it actually seemed like I might have better luck just using a 3D ball, because then it just rotates itself, you know, and much easier to figure out what it's going to look like from any given angle. If you have a whole 3D model of it, you can just slap a texture on that. Jeez, this game is killing me. 8 to 8. Usually I'm pretty good against the freaking AI, but he's not bad. You saw the little space cupcake go by there a minute ago. But I don't even know what I was talking about. But lots of stuff out of the ball. It was just, I had to learn like a little bit of 3D modeling and animation. Just use Blender for that. I've tried using, you know, a bunch of different like Autodesk programs for 3D modeling. I'm not good with any of them. So I think I want to try and do some 3D stuff soon, but it's a little bit more difficult than the 2D stuff for me, because I'm really familiar with how to do 2D art for the most part. But 3D art, you know, all I made was a sphere and like slapped a texture on it, but I'm not as scared of it anymore. I think I'm probably going to try it for the next game, have some really simple 3D graphics. I haven't figured out what the next game is yet. I have a couple ideas, but I think something that I want to do for this next one is make concept art. Like, that's part of my next sprint. I don't know if I said that part of that, but I want to just draw is what I really mean by that. Concept art, just kind of get creative ideas out there, things that, you know, characters and scenes that I find interesting, because that's ultimately what you need in a game, is to have kind of an interesting, you know, place it puts you in, and a lot of that is just art style, the graphics. You just want to have an interesting scene in front of you and be interacting with it. So definitely important to have kind of that inspiration, that image in your head of like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? And you're just imagining this cool game with this cool scenery. Like in this one, it was a cool spiral galaxy with the green flying saucer out in front of it. That was what I was like, I want to make that. I think that would be cool. I think it would be awesome. Alright, that game's over now. You can see you can start like another game. And all that works out. I had a bunch of bugs I had to squash. I squashed them. I don't even know of any bugs at this point in the game. If you find some, please do let me know. I'll fix them. But I think we're good on the bug front. And that's just about it. I got this new game coming out. It's called Intergalactic Pong. It's going to be on the Google Play Store very soon. It's under review right now, but that's it. Check it out, and I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.